Growing up, I had dreams and aspirations, but always felt like the kid that didn't fit in. For the most part, I wasn't a bad kid, but when I made the transition into adulthood, I turned to the streets for guidance. This led to getting locked up in juvenile hall, doing time in CYA, and eventually a 120-month sentence in federal prison. I had a lot of time to think and reflect during my federal sentence, so I share with you what I learned, hoping I can positively influence someone else's life with Prison Talk.
Getting down with fresh out Prison Talk. Now this story right here, my homie was telling me about it, and I wanted to share with you guys. He did time in California State Prison, and when you're in Northern California, the receptionist Tracy, and he was telling me stories about how people would pretend to be crazy, and they weren't crazy though. He said like there'd be some guys coming in there, and if they had like a 25 with that L behind it, that letter, they would play like they were not right in the head so they can get to Vacaville. And I was like, why are they trying to get to Vacaville? He said, because that's where the punks are at. So these dudes are trying to get to Vacaville with all that time so they can go and be around the punks. And it ain't no disrespect to punks, but the punks already know what's happening, because that's what goes down at Vacaville State Prison. He said, man, he said he'd be hollering at the dude, and then he said the one dude would be like, and he'd be like, come on, man. Ain't no counselors around. You ain't gotta, stay in character around me. But he said one of the dudes, he was like, I guess, what do you say? Like a character actor. He never got out of character, and he was, and he said dude would walk around the institution talking just like that. Now, could you imagine, a dude who was a hitter on the street, or just somebody you thought was a, stand-up dude, or, you seen a dude in the county, and then you find out, like, maybe, he did some heinous shit, and he got a bunch of time, and then he turns into, that's what type of weird shit jail does to you. It'll have a man that thought he knew what it was to be a man commit something that basically twist his soul. Then it makes him rationalize being around some homosexuals, some punks, based on the time he got for his punishment. Do you see how warped that shit is? That's what type of sick shit goes on in prison. There's some sick shit, man. I mean, you were put in a situation that you rationalize being mentally challenged on purpose to get a psychological evaluation, which allowed you to be transferred to a facility so you could be around men that look like women. And that's how you're going to live out your time. You're 20 to life. Whoa. Yeah, he said, man, that was one of the craziest things he's seen, when he was up in there in the state in California. And then he said, in Louisiana, he said he would see a line of dudes, standing outside a cell. And he'd be like, man, what's going on down there? And these dudes would be lined up for the punk cell. And you already know what they were lined up for. And he's like, this is how they get down? He said, man, they be lined up in front of the punk cell for you know what. And not everybody, but there's a lot of dudes who pretend like they ain't with that, but they with that weirdo shit in prison. Now, when I did time, if anybody found out you were getting down like that, you would get your wig split. For one, if you're spreading with dudes and they see that, they find out that you were doing that, that means that you were passing whatever you were doing possibly to them through your private activities. And I'm telling you, dudes, when they find out that you were doing that and you didn't say nothing, or they find out through the grapevine and they was eating like spreads with you or cooking with you, man, you getting punished. So if you with that weird stuff, you better let whoever you around know you with the weird shit to save your ass an ass whooping. But there is some weird shit that goes down in jail with dudes who act like they all that on the street, and they get in there and turn into some straight weirdos, and you won't even recognize a dude. You might pass them, down the road in another spot and then look like, damn, dude, this ain't even the same dude. Or you see these guys that get out after, 20, 30 years, and some of them, it just ate them up alive, and you don't know what they were up in there doing. But that right there, pretending to be crazy, and then you pretend to be crazy, they're going to put you on some medication that will have you crazy. They'll drug your ass up. You will be going to pill line 3 times a day. I seen dudes running pill line, straight pill line zombies. And then you messing with that weird stuff in there. That's nasty, man. That's some nasty shit, man. But yeah, for a lot of youngsters out there, who think all the jail shit is cool, man, you'll see some dudes, if you get in there around some of these so-called homies, and you'd be surprised, man. Some of these cats ain't what you thought they were, especially when they get behind that wall and their mind get corrupted. Their mind gets, it gets put in that demonic trap, and they don't know how to escape. Big Herc 916.
Lockdown's over. Get your yard time in. Exclusively at FreshOutSeries.com. I'm Big Herc, and I have over a decade of experience in the prison system. Yeah, I've done a lot of time, made a lot of stupid mistakes, but that's why I'm here with you today, educating you on the Mastermind program by Fresh Out. See, they don't give you a manual when you go to jail on how to survive. They don't tell you how to go take a shower, where to sit at when you go to chow, what to do when you have mail call, how to handle your commissary. See, we cover that and a multitude of other topics that are very important, because if you do the wrong thing, you can get your damn wig split. We have over 100 million views as of date on our YouTube channel, but we've put and condensed all this knowledge into this Mastermind program so that you can provide your client with a winning chance. Do yourself a favor and your client a favor, and sign them up for our program so they don't have to get their wig split and they can make it out alive. With Out Ministries, we're doing a new program where we're doing a takeover of a mom pop cafe or restaurant, and we're doing a pay it forward. So we're going to offer free meals at this particular restaurant or cafe, mom pop, for a certain amount of time, and we are asking that you make a donation to pay it forward so that we can continue doing this program for other mom pop restaurants and cafes, because we know that it's hard times out here. You have a lot of people that talk the talk, but they don't walk the walk. And so we're actually walking the walk. We've been doing it for over 11 years on social media. We've been getting shadow banned. We've been getting demonetized. So we want to give back, and this is our way of giving back to helping everybody through these trying times with this economy. You know, a lot of churches, they got $100 billions, and you don't see them out here helping the people who are in times of need, but they're still taking in the form of donations. But how's it helping the community? We want to build a community sense where we help each other. We can all overcome. You can't sit around waiting for somebody to save you. You got to save yourself. And this is the way you do it. So by us being able to do these takeovers with Out Ministries, with the mom pop restaurants and cafes, we want to build a film, talk to you guys, get your feedback on what's going on right now in society. Hopefully you guys find it in your heart to donate. This donation, which is a pay it forward, will allow us to do other mom pops around the country eventually. But right now we're going to be in Southern California and Los Angeles, Orange County. So hey, reach out to your local businesses there. And if you are out of town in another area and you would like us to come there, if you provide the necessary means, we will come there also and do the same pay it forward. But right now, hey, if you're in locally in Los Angeles, Orange County, hit us up, freshoutseries@gmail.com. You can also make a donation on our link tree on our Instagram at Fresh Out Series. We look forward to seeing you guys.